It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Jets and the Panthers, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the New York Jets. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our sixth season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And, CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's the highest ever by 3 full points. Can these defenses make an adjustment?
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them out, their quarterback from the University of Nevada, it's Colin Kaepernick.
A lot of defensive coordinators are up late the night before they take on Colin Kaepernick because they know he's not an easy man to scheme against. He can beat you with the big arm, taking shots downfield. Also beat you with his legs, either off of designed runs or in the passing game by improvising and taking off.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Second down at 5. Now a play fake. Kaepernick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. Kaepernick now to throw. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he is going to have the Panthers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. First carry for the Oklahoma State man, Chuba Hubbard. They see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Well, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Kaepernick going to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on it. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? But a long one, and he can't connect. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Now Michael Carter, who played nearby in college in Chapel Hill. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Nice play there by Brian Burns, chasing down a quarterback in the pocket. He had 16.5 sacks in his first 2 years in the league, including 9 in 2020.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now Kaepernick. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Quentin Williams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Carter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. Here's Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. To throw, Kaepernick. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
To go in a scoreless 1st quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Kaepernick. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To throw, Kaepernick. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Buying time to his left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Kaepernick to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Terrace Marshall with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Although it's more commonplace now than at any other time in the NFL, it's still tough to think about throwing a rookie quarterback right into the fire week one. But guess what? He handled the fire awfully well and threw his first touchdown pass.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. That time a 9-play drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. New York ready to go again offensively. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Carter to start the drive. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Wilson. And that is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Wilson. And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A beautiful fake. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A solid stiff arm. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Michael Carter and the Jets offense ready to get back to work.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it. When things have changed a little bit, they have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. To throw is Kaepernick. And his throw is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The rookie Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to go to work once more.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. From the 38, Wilson.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And the good news, his team's winning. And the bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And this is going to be incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's a second missed field goal here in this first half. He'll have to think about that going forward. Maybe time for a little soul-searching as well.
Yeah, the head coach might be looking towards the heavens because you wonder if this will affect the fourth down decision-making going forward. If you get 4th and 3, 4th and 4, situations that used to be calls for the kicker might get a second down.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Oh, look at the juke. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. A handoff for Carter. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Oh, Foster staying down after that last play. Let's hope he's okay. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Brown. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of a long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From midfield, here's Kaepernick.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Kaepernick hit, fumble. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
A throw to the flat for Carter.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And they're at halftime with the Steelers out in front. The first running back drafted this year, Najee Harris, with 2 touchdowns there. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. A touchdown on the ground there for James Robinson. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And you know what I think the defense is saying back to them? Why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
A nice completion there for first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Wilson. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation. A top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
Now he's going to send this one deep right side.
And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Kaepernick. He's going to look deep for more.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Oh, what a move. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York set to take the field.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. From just shy of midfield, Wilson, and this is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play that time by the Jets. They made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in, because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. Wilson here, pass caught by Carter. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll run with Carter. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Carter again. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic.
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
And Carl Lawson signed with the New York Jets in March of 2021 after 5.5 sacks with Cincinnati in the 2020 season. He was a 3-down player for the first time in his career last year. Now he gets to work with new Jets head coach Robert Saleh, hoping to double those numbers and getting the quarterback on the ground.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey able to fight through 1 tackle. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
And here comes Berrios.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Uncorks one for Davis.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Carl Joseph.
And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Berrios. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The rookie Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to go to work once more. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drop. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right, and they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
And they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
To throw, Kaepernick. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. McCaffrey gets around him. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Kaepernick now to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL NFL kickoff weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Fighting through pressure. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Kaepernick to throw again. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Quinnen Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? Well, let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
To throw, Kaepernick. Open man is Robbie Anderson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Kaepernick going to throw. Flush to his right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a give to Carter.
Oh, he bowls over him. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Wilson.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. On 1st down. It's Carter, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a nice throw there, and CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience, but right now we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On second down, a run with Carter. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Get ready.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's Wilson. And it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And Mims has got it. Touchdown, Jets. Denzel Mims there to make the grab. And the Jets have taken the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Kaepernick now on 1st down. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. So
here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Dancing to his left. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. That is caught by Anderson. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for Carolina.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one will be accepted.
To throw is Kaepernick. And completes it once more to Anderson. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Kaepernick. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front.
Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here's Wilson and the Jets. Down 17-13, 2:08 on the clock. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's going to let it fly.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey, able to slither by, and he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. And the ball game should end here on the kneel down by Kaepernick. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels.